Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking Love Island UK. Season 10 premiered yesterday. And, honestly, it was a good premiere. Usually the beginning episodes are kind of boring, especially the premiere. And I was a little nervous, when the cast was announced, but they made some positive changes, right? They made some positive changes this time around. Instead of just having all the girls come in and then have men come in one by one to choose who they were interested in and choose a match and couple up. This time around, they mixed it up and mixed the men and women together and basically said that the British apparently voted on who they wanted the couples to be pre-selected. As you'll know, they did this season 9 as well. And I just had a question as far as who were the people who got selected to choose some of these couples, you guys? Like what was the logic, right? And why do we just pair people who look similar to each other, who look like siblings, to just pair them up together? Make it make sense. So nonetheless, we could tell that some people were not happy in their couple, such as Ruchi and Mendy. And there's a lot of jokes about Mendy on the Twitterverse, saying he's flamboyant and just making all these jokes about him. I hope he takes it in stride whenever he gets out of the villa, because it is brutal out there for him. I love Catherine. I think potentially there might be a little bit of a love triangle with her and Andre and her and Tyreek. I think at first Andre wasn't feeling her, but then he kissed her and then some things changed up really quickly. So that's going to be something to monitor. Elle was not happy to be paired with Tyreek because apparently she has met him before somewhere in London and he didn't remember her. But ultimately he didn't remember her because her hair was completely different. Apparently she was blonde at the time, and that's why it took him so long to recall who she was. But it sounded like she was pretty checked out in being in a couple with him, and maybe he remembered who she was too, because he immediately made a beeline to start talking to Catherine and flirting with Catherine. So I like the twist, like I said, of having the mix in the men and women in the beginning. We need to end this, the UK choosing, pre-selecting the couples. I don't think it's a good idea because the problem is a lot of times what happens is people are not happy in their couples, right? And it only works for like a couple people, right? But we end up having switcheroos because they're more compatible with other people, right? Like I saw more chemistry between Andre and Elle than I did Andre and Catherine, right? Because at first he was trying to play it off like he wasn't interested, right? And then at the end of the episode, what happened after they do their usual like truth or dare games and all of that was something different that Maya brought to them, and that was for people to come forward, for the women to come forward if they were not happy in their couples. And so ultimately Ruchi stepped forward because we knew she was not happy with Mendy, and also I'm escaping her name right now. I believe it was Jess who also stepped forward, who she was not happy with George. George is who was all of the allegations and the receipts that came out of him being abusive with his ex-girlfriends and some racist tweets and all of the things. However, he still made the show. And so ultimately we end with the episode of Maya saying that there's a new bombshell coming by the name of Zachariah. Not sure if he's into black women or not, but he said that he has a crush on Megan Good and said he was looking for his queen. So more to come on that. But ultimately we'll see if he takes Ruchi and Jess on a date in this episode. It seems like already there seems to be a push for Molly and Mitchell to be the winners this season. They're already talking about the first day about matching outfits for, every event coming up. And I'm like, it is day one. It is early stages. Can we get to know everybody first before you guys just decide you guys are just going to be, coupled up and wifed up and and everything else before you have an opportunity to really get to know everyone who has an opportunity to come into this villa. So more to come, but it sounds like producers are listening to the fans, are listening to some of the suggestions by the fans. So it has the potential to be a good season. It seems that they said this season that Black Lives Matter. So we'll continue to monitor that and make sure ultimately that both Elle and Catherine have, a sizable amount of options available to them. However, I feel like this is going to play out like it did last year with the whole Akenna, Amber, Dami, India square, where Amber was not happy with Dami, even though she kept trying to play it off and coast to stay longer on the show. And then India wasn't feeling Akenna because he basically was giving her friend vibes. And ultimately, Dami made his beeline to India, and the rest is history, and they are still together over a year later. So ultimately, we will see what happens. We have episode 2 that'll air later today, and I will review that as well once it airs. So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.